Okay, okay, an IM2304. I think I'll play another dragon. A bit addicted to dragons today. Okay. I give back the pawn. Just play for the centre. Probably not the best. That might have central implication. If I can get to play a quick knight d4 with tempo. So no dragon, I'm afraid. Oh dear. What about bishop g4s? Yeah. I don't want to give up the. I don't want to give up the light square bishop in a hurry. I think I just want to castle. He has got some sort of initiative. If I just try and castle and hope for the best. If e5, I think I can play h6 at the moment. I'm hoping I'm not going to get wiped out here. He's sort of weakened this diagonal. I don't know, he's improvising. So it's fun seeing I am improvising by playing something unusual, because he's using a lot of time on this, and this was really unexpected. Okay. Knight d5 possible. I think it's probably better than just to try and keep some lines closed. Knight d5 rather than d takes. Also, it would liberate the bishop anyway. I'm going to play bishop g7, covering up the dark squares. Don't mind losing d6 here. There's a major check though. Queen e2, there's bishop e6. So bishop g7, cover up the dark squares. Okay. So I'll play bishop g4, just try and undermine the centre. I'm going to try and get the dynamism from the position. Doesn't knight takes d4 just win a piece almost? Because of bishop e5. Bishop e5? Oh no. Oh, so I've just lost a piece. We're about to lose a piece on this knight e2 check. Okay. Any other forcing moves? There's knight b3, that's a forcing move. And then taking on a1. Bishop e5, bishop e5. Not as impressive, I lose my dark squares. But knight b3, or knight e2. I think knight b3 is interesting. He takes on d5, I take on a1. Yeah, okay. That's I don't like to lose d5. So knight e2 check might be better. Takes rook moves. Then what? Exactly. Then what? So knight e6 is another forcing move here. Bishop e6, I just lose the d4. Okay, let's just go for the exchange. Hope for the best. In fact, bishop e6 first, so I don't have to lose the light square bishop for a moment. Just want to win that exchange and win d6 actually. If I can win d6, I'll be happier. So win the exchange, win d6. Where does the queen go? So say it goes to b5, I take on a1. Takes, there's no knight. There's queen d4 attacking a1. So I think I can take on d6. Knight g6, queen d4. Queen e4, that's almost mating me. Oh, it's f5. Whoa, it's getting a bit dangerous. Queen e4, f5. I suppose there was always rook e8 as an evacuation check, king f8. F5 is better. Okay. So I'm at 2285. I don't think the docking computer concept has hurt my 5-minute game, as I'm a bit where it might do if I'm sort of try and practice what I've recently preached. But I don't know, it's been a good day, I think, so far. So I think it's shown some benefits, as I'd hoped for. So if I just take on a1, any other forcing moves, there's knight d2 to win exchange like that. There's knight d1, I was just taking now, I think, just taking So queen e4, f5. I think I'll just take. He's thinking about the Zwischenzug here. So queen e4, f5. Doesn't like the look of the position of queen d6 maybe. If knight g6, queen d4, I think I'm going to go for this. So queen d4 here, stops queen e4 anyway. Gets out of the discovered check line. I might be threatening rook d8 and queen d3 soon. Also bishop g4 might force the exchange of queens off. Okay, so now I'm threatening bishop e5 again. So his bishop moves, so can we got queen d2? Any other forcing stuff? Queen d2. I think queen d2 looks good. There's queen e4, there's f5. There's bishop d5, there's g4, there's f6. f6, actually there's knight g6 or knight d3, so queen d2, let's go with that one. I don't like this diagonal. I think that's one of the major issues of my position, this diagonal for constant queen e4 threats. How can I get rid of that diagonal as a problem? Maybe rook d4 would put a line under it. Rook d4 for a moment to stop queen e4s. Also, then maybe something like the back row would be more vulnerable to a queen sack if I could treble, coordinate the rooks on the d file. Rook d4's got a lot going for it, maybe. Rook d4. Interesting. There's also the possibility of sacking exchange to knight g4s, which might be a threat later if I want to play rook g4. I think rook d4, prophylaxis move against queen e4s. Also centralization. A few tick boxes are ticked with rook d4, I think. Is that the case? Is it? The knight's on f7, the bishop's solid, protecting f7. Let's look at his forcing moves. He's got check, he's got knight g4, he hasn't got too many. His rook's attacked and he's running his clock down. Why is he running his clock down here? If he's just resigned, if rook e2, queen e1, IM has just resigned, at 2300 IM has just resigned. Wow, it's put me at 2302. Blimey. I didn't expect that. I suppose I just played check, so he has to play rook f1, and it's a miserable position after rook d4. It's absolutely miserable, probably. But to resign, it's just very short of time there. So, okay, actually, what's his Torsten Bay? Okay. He's been, oh blimey, he's been up to 2701 on Blitz. He's been up to 2446 on the auto pairing in November of last year. This is quite a dangerous IM. So I hope you enjoyed it. I did quite a bit. It was quite innovative, his opening. I don't know if this is recommendable for you guys to play b3, but sometimes it's like a Benko Gambit, you get all this like pressure. So this is like playing b6. If you were white against the Benko, you might play b6 as a system to avoid the pressure. So it's that sort of struggle between material quality and time. I wasn't that bothered about e5. I didn't want to take here for the d file opening up. I wanted my bishop to be good. Didn't mind about losing d6 because I thought his centre was collapsing. There was an important key tactic that the old docking computer concept came up with. Knight b3 was actually a useful forcing move, more useful than knight e2. So this was another useful forcing move because I've got protection of f7, and also I can play f5 now with the bishop not stuck on g4 if queen e4. So I'm just the exchange up. He resigned. Wow. Comments or questions on YouTube? Thanks very much.